What to do when you hate your job but can't afford to quit. You spend 8 hours a day, sometimes more, in a place that drains you. You wake up on Sunday and already feel the weight of Monday. You sit in meetings, answer emails, and do the work. But something inside you is slowly dying. And the worst part isn't even the job itself. The worst part is feeling completely trapped because you have bills, you have responsibilities, you have a life that depends on that paycheck. And so you stay, day after day, year after year, telling yourself one day I'll figure it out. One day things will change. If that is where you are right now, this video is for you. And by the end of it, you will have a real step-by-step plan for getting out, without blowing up your finances or your life in the process. Before we get into the plan, let's be honest about something most career advice completely ignores. Hating your job is not just an inconvenience, it is a health crisis in slow motion. Studies consistently show that chronic job dissatisfaction is linked to depression, anxiety, cardiovascular disease, and a significantly shortened lifespan. You are not being dramatic when you say your job is killing you. For a large number of people in that situation, it literally is. The stress, the loss of autonomy, the daily experience of spending your most productive hours on something that feels meaningless. These are not small things. They compound, and they affect every other area of your life. Your relationships, your energy, your sense of self, your ability to be present for the people and things that actually matter to you. So the first thing I want to establish is this. Leaving a job that is destroying you is not a luxury. It is not something you pursue when everything is perfectly aligned and the timing is ideal. It is a necessity. And the question is not whether you should eventually get out. The question is how you engineer that exit intelligently so that you land somewhere better, not just somewhere different. Here is where most people go wrong, and this mistake keeps them trapped for years longer than they need to be. They treat leaving as a single dramatic event instead of a process. They fantasize about the day they walk out. They imagine handing in their resignation in a blaze of glory. And because that dramatic exit requires everything to be perfectly in place before it happens, the money, the new opportunity, the complete certainty, it never happens. They wait for perfect conditions that never arrive. And the job that was supposed to be temporary becomes a decade of their life. The way out is not a leap, it is a bridge. And you start building the bridge while you are still at the job, quietly, deliberately, one plank at a time. That reframe changes everything. You are no longer a trapped person waiting to be rescued. You are an engineer building your own exit. And that shift in identity, from victim to architect, is the most important move you will make before you make any practical one. Now here's the actual roadmap. 5 steps, in order. Do not skip ahead. Step 1 is to get brutally clear on why you hate it. This sounds obvious, but most people skip it, and it costs them everything. Because if you leave without understanding exactly what is making you miserable, you will recreate the same misery in your next job. Is it the work itself, the actual tasks, the industry, the type of problems you're solving? Is it the environment, the culture, the management, the people? Is it the values mismatch? The feeling that what this company stands for conflicts with who you are? Or is it the compensation, the feeling that you are giving more than you are receiving? The answer determines your entire strategy. Someone who hates the work itself needs a different kind of change than someone who loves the work but hates the environment. Get clear on this first. Everything else depends on it. Step 2 is to build your financial runway. You cannot think clearly about your future when you are one missed paycheck away from crisis. The goal is 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved before you make any major move. That number feels impossible to some people, but here's the thing. You do not need to save it all before you start moving. You just need to start. Cut one unnecessary expense today. Pick up one additional income stream this month. Sell something, freelance something. The runway does not appear overnight. But every dollar you add to it buys you one more degree of freedom, and freedom changes how you think, how you negotiate, and what risks you are willing to take. Step 3 is to start building your next thing on the side, right now while you still have the income. This is the step that most people delay because they are too exhausted from the job they hate to build anything after hours. I understand that, and I am telling you anyway. This is non-negotiable. 1 hour a day, not 5, not 10. 1. Spent learning the skill, building the portfolio, making the connection, developing the side income that will eventually become your bridge. 1 hour a day for a year is 365 hours of progress on your future. That is not nothing. That is a foundation. Step 4 is to expand your network before you need it. Most people only start networking when they are desperate, when they have already quit or been let go and suddenly need something. That is the worst time to build relationships. Start now. Reach out to people in the field you want to move into. Have genuine conversations. Offer value before you ask for anything. Show up consistently in the spaces, online and offline, where the people you want to become are already operating. Opportunities do not come from job boards. They come from people, and people help people they already know. Step 5 is to set a hard deadline. This is the one most people never set, and without it, everything else stays theoretical. Pick a date. Not a vague someday, a specific date by which you will have made a move. Whether that is a job application, a client signed, a business launched, or a conversation had. Write it down. Tell someone. Make it real. Because the mind without a deadline defaults to comfort, and comfort is exactly what has kept you in this job longer than you planned. Here is what I want you to hold on to when the process feels slow, and the job feels unbearable, and the exit feels impossibly far away. Every single day you spend building your bridge is a day your trapped co-workers are spending waiting for conditions to change on their own. You are not stuck. You are in motion. Slow motion is still motion. And the person who moves slowly and consistently towards something better will always, always get further than the person who waits for the perfect moment to leap. You deserve work that uses you fully, work that aligns with who you are and what you value, work that you can look back on without resentment. That is not an unrealistic dream. It is a completely achievable reality for anyone willing to build toward it with patience, strategy, and the refusal to accept less than they are worth. Start today. 1 step, 1 hour. 1 decision in the direction of the life you actually want. The exit is closer than it feels. Start building.